Whoa. Oh man. I gotta wrap my head around that one, man. We'll get into it right after this.
Work hard, play hard, grind hard, stay hard. No, we stay out, make your way out. But I just can't stop, won't stop hustling.
Part book 4, Force, episode 10, titled Family Business. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of the Black Abstract. If you're new to the channel, if you aren't new, I want to say salute to everybody. Can't think of nobody's name right now. I'm sorry. And thank you for coming back. I enjoy it. We got to get into it. We always looking forward to this. We always anticipating this. We was hoping it got better, and I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I am just in shock. So this is the WTF moments of Power Book Force. That's what I do. The top WFT moments, where I break down the most important parts of the show. We go over them and dissect them. So. The most WTF moment, obviously, we gotta say rest in peace, Liliana. True and loyal to the end, she was. Tried and true, test of time. Listen, I love the reintroduction of this character. At first, when she first came back, I was just like, what's the point of her being here? And then me, obviously, using my brain and knowing how television shows work, I'm like, oh, she's about to be a part of his team. So I love the fact they brought in like a character kind of like we kind of forgot about, but then it made us go back and watch it was Power know what they doing, because it made us go back and rewatch Power to see where she came from. And then once we saw it, we just got into it and probably just start watching it again. Like, oh shit, these earlier episodes is actually pretty good. So they know what they was doing. So shout out to Liliana, man. Listen, she was loyal to the end, man. She knew it was kind of foreshadowed when she was talking to the doctor that something's gonna happen to her, because she said, hey man, it's only a couple of ways out of this. And she said, man, I'm a rider to the end. And respect, man. She was loyal than any person Tommy encountered in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't about herself. She was about the team and making shit happen. And listen, why couldn't I just don't understand. Why are the Flynns still alive and kicking? Why couldn't it have been one of the Flynns that got the fucking bullet? Like, I just don't understand that. I really don't understand how do we have to deal with all three of them? At least one of them kind of got taken out, and then season 2 will be about one of the Flynns trying to get revenge for Tommy taking out one of them or something. But boy, it just left such a bad taste in my mouth, because I'm in the Power group on Facebook. I'm in a couple of them, but one of the groups, I put a comment. I say, yo, who's dumber, Claudia or Vic? And the comments was going in, and everybody was like, yo, both of them. Like, they just equally stupid. Like, we see Tommy at the beginning is talking to Vic, and he's telling him he's gonna get him and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just a bunch of stuff that happened. But the biggest WTF of the episode, obviously, was the death of Liliana. So we want to give a rest in peace and a send off to her. How do I say goodbye to Liliana? And it was so corny when Claudia shot her. So I guess we got beef now. It's like, what the fuck? Claudia, I just feel like there's a lot of relationship that got squandered. But I'll talk about that later. Next WTF moment. Tommy going to talk to the Serbs. And the fact that he's the general and he has control over this army. And he kind of walk in there and dictate what he wants. Hey, I think 2 of your best guys, let's go. And they go, and they wind up taking out one of the horsemen. In true Tommy fashion, he sends in true TV show fashion. A female always does it anyway. She goes in and set the play, and Tommy and the Serbs executed, hung him upside down. And I love the fact that Tommy was like, yo, I'm going to strike first. Even though he thought he was striking second, because he thought they had something to do with D-Mac getting shot. But that's not really the Flynn's way, the Irish mob's way. They kind of like tactical, you know, like black out forces or some shit like that. So that was my WTF. And listen, I thought the Horsemen were going to be a formidable foe. I will say that. The way they talked them up and they came into town, I'm like, oh, these little white dudes about to be crazy. They didn't do shit. And I feel like that was a squandered opportunity. You know, maybe they didn't have to kill him. I would have loved to see them put in some work, or at least see their skills before they all got knocked off so easily. I was just like, man, these dudes is kind of trash. Like, I know Tommy is savage, but come on, he not that much of a. These dudes are supposed to be trained trained people. So I was just kind of like, oh, that was crazy. Next WTF moment, we see Diamond in the barbershop, and he is with his lady friend, the reporter that we saw. We didn't really see it close out on it, so that means that storyline is going to transfer over to next season. And we get a call from Jannard, and Jannard's like, hey, where you at, man? And Diamond just sent something, and it told him to leave. And sure enough, we see Reggie's character from the Shy. I call him Reggie from the Shy, but we see his character run up in the barbershop with two other guys, and he goes to take out Diamond. And I was just like, what? Why did Jannard make it so obvious that he was coming to do something to him? Like, why not just go to the barbershop and then you walk out and like, yo, he in there, and kill him? Or just go to the barbershop normal and knock him off. Like, why did it have to be a spectacle to where he knew what was going on? I understand it's TV, but I'm just speaking as like from a logical point of view. So that was kind of weird. But it was great seeing him get out of there. And listen, I've been wanting to see Diamond in Savage Mode the whole season, and I haven't saw it. So it was great kind of seeing him in Savage Mode and just being on his P's and Q's, because it lets you know he hasn't lost it. Next WTF, we see Diamond actually winds up finding I believe, what's his name? I forget. I call him Reggie from the Shy. I don't know. I forget his name in here. But he actually winds up finding him. And he's torturing him. And he asks him to give him up. And he actually gives up Jannard. He's like, I just wanted to hear you say it. So we see in the trailer, Diamond was shooting somebody. And that's who it was. And I'm like, damn, he gone already. Because I like the actor that plays Reg as well. And because I believe he's really from the Shy. So he really embodies that Shy swag to me. And he gone already. I'm like, damn, he gone. So we'll see what happens with that. Next WTF, we see JP in the hospital with Tommy. That's the clip that got released. I already did a reaction to that if you want to check it out. So I'm not really going to dwell too much on that. But the next WTF, obviously, is the return of Kay Egan. We see her in the house. Tommy's about to shoot her. She has a crowbar, and hey, this lady left money in the... She's trying to get some money that her mom left in the walls. She said, this lady had money all through the walls out here. I'm trying to get it. So Austin, all these walls and shit that JP and them just put together, she done busted them all up, trying to get this money supposedly that's in there. And listen, who didn't miss the interaction between Kay Egan and Tommy Egan? Like, man, the fucking... just the whole interaction between those two. And I love the fact when D-Mac was in the hospital, he's like, who's that crazy old bitch? Who's that crazy old bitch outside or something like that? Or who's that old white bitch that's in here? He's like, that old white bitch is your grandma. He's like, and she likes being called that, so make sure you stay calling her that. I'm like, yo, that shit tickled the hell out of me, man. I was just like, yo, this dude's silly as hell. We see that we see upon going to the house that he was supposed to retrieve some medical stuff, he completely forgets because Kate throws him off, and she's surprised that she has a grandson. I got a feeling she don't really care. Tommy offers her some money and some coke to leave town, and she doesn't want to leave. She wants to stay. So Kay Egan is officially part of the Chicago show now. She'll be a neutral, a figure part in next season. And I think that we'll see that family dynamic between all of them. So it'll be the Egans versus whoever, the Flynns. I can see Kate taking down Walter. They need to sit Kate on Walter, man. Kate to get Walter a run for his money, boy. Oh, my God, this girl's driving me crazy, but I love her. That's my Walter Flynn impersonation. Listen, there was a lot that went on this episode, man. It's crazy. We see that Tommy has a new hiding spot. He got the dock, and upon leaving, he sees Liliana. Well, he doesn't see, but Liliana decides to let the doc leave, which ultimately ends up causing her to get kidnapped. And I don't understand why people in Chicago don't listen when you tell them to leave. They think they got to go home and pack and get a million things. No, leave mean leave. Leave now. Like, get in the Uber and just leave. Buy all new stuff. And her house was nice, too. I was like, wow, she got a real nice house. But she's pretty much working for Claudia now again, kidnapped. Because Tommy's like, listen, I don't want nothing to do with Dahlia no more. So, poor Doc, man. You had your chance to get out. You wanted to go to the house. I would have had somebody go in there and retrieve those items for me. and just had them delivered or something to me. Or like I said, I just would have bought new stuff and forgot all that stuff. I don't know. I would have just took the chance to get the hell out of there. We see that Flynn, the next WTF is that we see Flynn wants to take over control of the operation now, seeing as though his son and the horsemen have failed. And then we see also another WTF. We see Claudia has intel on Tommy because he texts her, hey, listen, I need some more Dahlia. Can we meet up? And she's like, okay, yeah, tomorrow let's meet. And she winds up, telling, hey, I know somebody he gets the Dahlia from. They're supposed to meet. And it winds up being a trap. And then we see the rest of the horsemen get knocked off. We see Vlick almost lose his life. And, we see the horsemen get put to shame. And Walter Flynn is not too happy about it. I'm like, oh, man, this is crazy. Next WTF, Jannar is a sneaky little rat. He is a rat if I could say so myself. He's a sneaky bastard. Gerard is running around like a rat dude and making he's not even a rat. He's like a mouse. He's not even like big enough to be a rat. He's a little whiny mouse, and he's trying to make all these plays, but he's not really that smart. So he's trying to make all these unnecessary plays because the failed attempt on Diamond worked. When I told you, he could have just walked up and did it himself. But no, he's like, nope. And I guess maybe he didn't want to split it in two. I don't know what the reason it was. I just think it was TV show drama that they had to do. And listen, Diamond could have been gone. But Diamond did suspect him already. So he was kind of on P's and Q's with him. And I think he knew that Diamond knew what was up. So he's running around to the Serbs. He's running around to the Flynns. And he's trying to make all these plays. He's trying to get the Serbs to stop protecting Tommy or stop backing Tommy. In order to do that, he's offering to have a peace treaty with the Serbs. So he goes to Flynn's house, and we see that Vic is there. And Vic doesn't trust Janine at all. He's like, this dude always got an angle. And he said, I don't want to give up on the Serbs because they killed Gloria. And then, Flynn lies to him about helping CBI, but he's adamant about the peace treaty with the Serbs for now, because he think the bigger fish to fry is Tommy Egan, because Tommy Egan is the one knocking off all eight men. So he winds up trying to do that. It doesn't really work in his favor because they told him they're not going to get in family business. With Diamond, at least that's what the Serb told him. Flynn told him he would help him, but he told Vic, hey, I'm not getting involved in CBI business. They could kill each other because we know how Flynn feels about black people. He don't like black people. At least his character doesn't. He probably don't in real life either, though. But hey, who knows? But yeah, Jannar was just running around like a sneaky little rat, man. I just couldn't believe it. We see Diamond has got security now. He's hanging out at his coffee spot, and Tommy goes to see him. He's like, yo, this don't look like your regular guys. And he was just like, hey, man, I'm switching up now. It's stuff going on. And Tommy and Diamond decide to come to a truce because, listen, they both have big fish to fry, and they need to team up. And listen, I thought it was just going to be the whole Serb infiltration of the Flynn residents or wherever they decided to meet up. That wasn't the case. I guess the Serbs immediately stopped backing Tommy. So it just 3 went in. It was Liliana, Diamond, and Tommy. They all went in. And I'm like, somebody not going to make it out. And it was looking hairy for a minute, man, because they was outgunned and they was outnumbered. All they had to really do was just shoot at all of them. And it could have been either way, you know what I'm saying? But I know they didn't want to hit Diamond because Janai probably would have flipped out. So, shit was all bad. We see the next WTF. We see Claudia and Jannar having a conversation, and they are now partnering up to move the Dahlia. And Jannar is the one to kind of tell her what he heard is that Flynn was the one that set up the whole play with the Serb, or Flynn killed 3 Serbs. So that was the reason they came after Vic, and that's how Gloria got killed. In the meantime, Tommy didn't really have nothing to do with it. He thought himself, Tommy, Diamond, and Vic would have been like thick as thieves right now because just the past history they had when the show first started, which is why Jannar was initially mad anyway, because he was kind of left out of it because He's not a rational thinker like Diamond is. So that's why Claudia actually decides to come to her senses, because last week, man, we were killing her for how dumb and naive she was acting after working with Tommy, and even after Tommy helped you bury some bodies that you killed. Like y'all got to bond together now. Y'all done killed people together and buried the bodies, or at least buried the bodies together. That's a strong bond. So I don't think Tommy would sell you out or go behind your back and try to hit your brother. That just wouldn't make sense. But hey, man, it's TV, and you see shit happens. But I think that's what made her come to the realization that her dad was bushing. Now, the top WTF for this episode is obviously the meetup between all fractions at this junkyard. And they said it's a rural area that really doesn't have any, you won't hear the gunshots there. So I'm like, that's why they actually went there to go there, because of that reason. We see that Tommy is using himself as bait. Dahlia or Liliana decides to come as well. And we see that Diamond has Tommy like he has him as a hostage. And that's not really the case, though. So I'm like, that's a smart planning. So it's a standoff. We see Jannar ready to put in that work. Obviously, he was trying to kill Diamond. But he winds up, last minute, Flynn winds up telling him, no, that's not the case. Actually, Diamond told him that he tried to kill me. And a fraction of there was like, yo, you tried to do what? He's like, no, nigga, fuck out of here, nigga. So we see that half of the people, want Diamond or support Diamond. They don't really support Jannar, and then half support Jannar. So it's fraction. So we see Jannar and Diamond wind up running off, having a gunfight, and then Diamond wind up getting the best of him, and he shoots the gun. And I said this before he shot him. I told my girl, I said, he ain't gonna kill him. That's his brother. He ain't gonna be able to do that. And because I know how I would feel about my brother. And he shoots, and I'm like, oh shit, he really did it. But then you look, he really didn't do it. So I was just like, yo, because that's kind of like a move I would have made. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, yo, man, we just going to split the territory. You take such and such to such and such, and I'll take such and such. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Sir pipeline. I believe Jannar gave it back, so they don't have that anymore. So that's going to be something to worry about. Listen, they did all that work to get the fucking pipeline, and they don't even have it no more. So hey, we'll see what happens. And I hate this. I hate the sound of a pipeline. Like, what is that? A pipeline? Like, I don't understand what it is. Obviously, I know what it is because I watched the show. But the way it sounds, like, oh yeah, the Serbs got the pipeline. I don't know. It just sounds weird. But yeah, they're running off shooting. We see that Vic goes after Tommy. They get into a tussle, and they tussling, and Tommy winds up getting the best of Vic, and he comes out and he got a gun to his head. And we see that there's Flynn obviously cares about his son. He, don't shoot my boy. At the same time, we see Liliana sneak up from behind, and she lays out the last horseman. And I think Claudia hides to where she can't see her. And then Liliana's inching up, and she looks like she's about to take out Flynn and Paulie, which I thought would have been exceptional. But she didn't get a chance to because Claudia popped her one. And, at the same time, she shouted out for Tommy. Tommy heard Liliana's in pain and agony. JP's standing there like a bitch. And then Flynn winds up giving him, and they wind up trading, and he goes to help Liliana. And he tells her, man, he's holding her and consoling her, and he's like, yo, you the realest. And it was just a sad moment. He's holding her, and they're like, yo, you got to let her go, man. JP and Diamond, like, yo, you got to let her go. She's gone. And that's when Claudia he was like, yo, whoever did this, I tell you, I'm going to kill him. And Claudia's like, so I guess we had beef then, huh? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's so corny. She was like, I guess we got beef now, huh? I'm like, yeah, this shit is hilarious. This shit is horrible. I'm so glad this shit over with. At the end, we see all fractions hanging out with each other. We see Tommy and his family in the hospital. Then we see him back at his place. All having a shot, him, Diamond, and JP, and he's pouring out some for her. At the hospital, like I said, D-Mac was there. And listen, I forgot to mention when JP got fucking kidnapped. Why would you go back to the house? That's another WTF. Why would you go back to the house knowing what's going on? Like, come on. Like, seriously? just have Tommy take you real quick or something. Or you just go there. But the way they found out who he was, too, from the doc was kind of like, But, hey, it's what happens. It's predictable. It's TV. Like I said, glad this shit is over with. No, it actually got better towards the end, but it was still kind of shaky on shaky ground. And at the end, we also see they had some characters from the New York fraction, that detective we all hate. So maybe she's possibly going to be in the next season. They're going to be doing a further investigation into the Flynns or the deaths of the Horsemen. That's what it was alluding to. We see Jannar walking to the barber shop, and it's lonely in there. He ain't got his brother, and you got to think he let greed and money come between his brother, because his brother wanted to change for the better, and he didn't like that because his brother didn't allow him to change, so he was jealous of that. It's weird. And Diamond says that, yo, I know I held you back. He's like, oh no, it's too late to apologize now. So that's what it all boiled down to. He was angry and upset that he didn't get to live out his dreams because Diamond. And then when Diamond got out, the fact Diamond wanted to try to change after this dude had to live, and be a certain way, he just didn't find that fair. But at the end of the day, it wasn't. You got to live by the code you live by, and trying to take out your brother is just a different kind of low. Like I said, listen, Ghost and fucking Ghost and Tasha didn't even try to kill Kanan. They just got him arrested. As low down as that was, they just took out his tail light and he got knocked with some work and just send him back up. That would be that'd be a little honorable, besides trying to kill a man. Even though it's not honorable, I could see that versus trying to just completely knock him off. That's kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the matter and how you try to knock him off is super sloppy. But yeah, you could have just got him sent back up with some work. But like I said, I know it's TV. So that just would have made more sense, especially in the Power universe. I need to get my brother out the picture. I want to go back to running it. I'm going to get him locked back up. Simple as that. But like I said, let me know what you guys think, man. Post your comments. Till next time. This is the last episode for a while. And yeah, straight like that. Peace.